Hey, and welcome to the fourth video in the tutorial series for Bionicle CCG. In this video, I'm going to show you all of the abilities in Bionicle CCG, as well as how to place and remove counters and edit notes on cards. This is a long video, so let's get started. On the left of my screen, I have a list of all of the basic abilities that appear within Bionicle CCG, and on the right, I have in my hand all of the cards which showcase at least one of each ability. So the first one on the list is Armored. Axon here has Armored, so let's play him. Armored's definition is reduces damage done by enemy attacks by X, and this skill cannot stack. This skill cannot stack simply means that Armored 2 can't increase if Axon was to say have an ability Armored 1 on him. It would not increase to Armored 3. How Armored works is this. Mukau is our enemy for today. Attack has 2 points and has 7 health. Mukau tries to attack Axon. 2 Armored minus the 2 damage from Mukau equals 0, so Axon won't take any damage at all. However, Mukau will take damage from attacking Axon, which is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In order to add damage counters, you just simply press this button right here. And to remove it, it's the same thing. Right. Next up is Berserk. Kongu has Berserk. Kongu is normally a 1 attack card. However, when attacking, he will gain 1 attack due to Berserk. So when he's attacking, he'll become a 2-3. Next up is Cleanse. Dermis Turtle here has Cleanse. Let's assume that Axon has 4 damage on him, and he is silenced. We will go over silenced a little bit later. So when you play Dermis Turtle, this is what happens. A Cleanse means you reset any targeted card to its original state when first summoned, affects both units and structures, removes all counters. So, you cleanse him, and he's back to his original state. Next up is Defender. Let's use Dermis Turtle again as an example. And here is Usul Crab, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's a 2-4 with Defender. The enemy Mukau wants to attack the Dermis Turtle because it's pretty weak, just 1 health and 1 attack. However, it can't. Usul Crab here has Defender. A Defender card is this. All attacks must target this card. If there are multiple Defenders, then any Defender can be chosen to be attacked. Defenders must be attacked before any other kind of card, including champions and structures, and other units without Defender. Next up is Evade. Toa Takanuva here has the ability of Evade. Evade is a 50% chance to negate any enemy abilities, actions targeting this card. Target is a key word here. So let's say your enemy plays Axon. He wants to target your Takanuva with a silence. First things first, Evade is a 50% chance to succeed, so let's flip a coin. I got tails, so Takanuva would be silenced. If it was heads, however, the Evade would cancel the silence. Let's try a different scenario. Your opponent plays a Crystal Serpent, and its ability is Weaken All 1. Weakening all or affecting all units does not count as targeting, so Toa Takanuva would be weakened. Weakened is a skill we will also go over a little bit later. Another ability is Flurry. Kongu also has Flurry. When attacking, there is a 50% chance to attack X number additional times. So, Kongu has Flurry too, so he has the 50% chance to attack 3 times in 1 turn. So let's give it a coin flip. It's heads. Kongu can attack 3 times this turn. Kongu is a special card since Berserk 1 synergizes very well with Flurry. So let's say Kongu attacks once with Berserk. That's 2 attack, but then it's Flurry 2. So he attacks 3 times with not 1 attack, but 2 attack. Next up is Fortify. So Razor Will is a card with Fortify 3. Fortify means if this card would die, set its health to X for the first time it would die. So let's say Razor Will has been through a lot. It has 1 HP remaining. Mukau will attack the Razor Will. Mukau takes 3 damage, and Razor Will has died for the first time. Fortify 3 will then activate, so you will set its health to 3. Therefore 5 damage counters, and Razor Will lives to see another day. Next up is Heal. We're going to use a structure for healing. Great Furnace is a structure with the ability Heal All Fire 1. So let's say Turaga Vakama was injured. Guard is injured. Great Furnace ability Heal All 1 activates. So we remove 1 damage counter, remove 1 damage counter, and they're back in business. However, if Great Furnace was damaged, let's say it has 2 damage counters, we have to remember this. Heal X heals friendly units' health by X, cannot be used on structures, and cannot target itself. So Great Furnace will not be able to heal itself. Next up is Intercept. Tuataka Nuva, again with Intercept. Let's say your opponent summons an Axon, and he wants to silence your useful crap, so it no longer has Defender. However, since Tuataka Nuva has Intercept, your opponent is forced to use Silence on Tuataka Nuva. Next up is Piercing. Pierce means your damage done by attacking can never be decreased in any way. So let's say you have the Cane Raw Bull. It's got Pierce, and your opponent has Axon. Normally, you would take into account the armor too. But due to Pierce, since damage done by this card can never be decreased, it's as if armor was never there. So Cane Raw Bull would deal a solid 4 damage to Axon, but it does die in the process. Next up is Rallying. The Guard is a card with Rally Fire 1. This modifier, Rally Fire, means that it can only rally a fire card's attack by 1. Rally means you increase a friendly unit's attack by X until the end of your turn. It cannot target itself, and it can stack. So you can rally a card more than once. Another interesting thing is Turaga Vakama. He rallies all fire by 1. When you have the all modifier on a card, this ability affects all of your or your opponent's unit structures, etc., etc. However, for abilities that do not normally target itself, such as Rally or Heal, it will affect itself in this case. So Turaga Vakama will rally himself, and really he will have 2 attack. The next ability up is Siege. Siege it deals X direct damage to any targeted structure. So let's say your opponent has the Colosseum on his side of the field. Hafu will have Siege 2 on play. So as soon as he is played on his hand, from your hand, it deals 2 damage to the Colosseum. on play modifier is this. This basic ability activates when the card is immediately summoned and has no other effect after that. So he does not siege 2 every turn. Next up is stealth. Takia has stealth. Stealth means you cannot be targeted by anything until this card attacks. So until I declare an attack with Takia, nothing, including attacks, abilities, anything else, can actively target this card. However, let's use Crystal Serpent as our example again. Weakening all cards does not count as targeting. So if you weaken Takia with Crystal Serpent, it does affect Takia, even if it has stealth. Silence. So let's say your opponent has Tawatakanuva on the board. Pretty troublesome with evade and intercept, as you probably saw earlier. You want to get rid of that. Let's play Clack. Clack silence is on play. And for the purpose of this example, let's say Tawatakanuva's evade has failed and it is silenced. We add the silence counter to it. All of Tawatakanuva's abilities are now gone. He's just a 3/6 unit with no other abilities. Stun. Tuokopaka has the ability Stun. If damaged by an attack by a unit that has the ability Stun, the affected unit skips their next attack, and this skill cannot stack. So, if you stun a unit more than once somehow, it does not skip more than just one attack. So, Mukau here will try to attack Kopaka. Each has 2 attacks, so each will take 2 damage. However, since Mukau was damaged by Kopaka, it is now stunned. It cannot attack for its next turn. Let's make a note of that. So you hit edit note, stunned, copy to selected cards, and whenever you mouse over Mukau, you'll see it is stunned. If you want to remove the note, you click edit note again and just erase note on selected cards, and it's no longer stunned. Another interesting example to do with stun is with this card, Mount Ihu. As the definition says, normally the card with stun needs to damage the attacking card in order for stun to activate. Not so with this card. It states that whenever this card is attacked, apply stun to the attacker after the attack is complete. It does not need to deal damage to a card to stun. This is an exception to the rule. Weaken. Let's use Crystal Serpent again. Weaken means to decrease an enemy's unit attack by X number until the end of your turn. This skill cannot decrease a unit attack below 1, and the skill can stack, but still cannot lower an attack value by 1. So let's say your opponent has just played Mukau. You want to attack Mukau, so you activate your Weaken All. Let's edit a note here. There we go. So we weakened by 1. Now, when Crystal Serpent attacks, it will deal only 1 damage to itself, since Mukau's attack has been decreased by 1. Lastly, we have Wall. Walls are only found on structures. This allows a structure to be attacked directly. However, your hero can no longer be targeted by attacks when there is a structure with wall in play. Enemy walls can be selected as attack targets as long as there are no defender units on their side of the field. This means if Usul Crab is here, Moo Cow cannot attack my Colosseum without attacking Usul Crab. If I had Dermis Turtle, then Moo Cow would be able to attack the Colosseum. And that's that. Those are all of the abilities in Bionicle CCG.